rest of the trial. You've got all instances now. You can unlock the mentor roulette. I think you should. I think you should unlock it and run it 2,000 times. That's what I would do. And I've got the astrope to prove it. Oh, it was such a good stream. The whole rest of my stream career is just downhill from there. Oh, I did also, I picked up a bunch of stuff on Steam. I got the... Can I just say, I am a little bit disappointed in Steam. So they have the holiday thing going on, right? And they're like, you earn points by buying Steam Wallet currency or by spending non-Steam Wallet currency. So if you already had money in your Steam Wallet, spending that doesn't count towards the points that you earn for the sale. It's like, well, weird, okay. But you can add, like, you can go, oh, if I add points during the sale, then or if I add money during the sale, then I earn points. So, like, encouraging people to throw money in their Steam Wallet. Because once it's in the Steam Wallet, it's like, okay, that means Steam has that money, right? So even if somebody never spends it, which is unlikely, but whatever. But it's like, that's like a slightly scummy practice, but whatever. Also, I didn't realize it, so when I bought the games, I used up the money in my Steam Wallet, and then afterwards went, oh, if I hadn't done that, if I had just bought $50 of Steam money, then I would have gotten the full 5,000 points. And so afterwards, I'm like, what are these points for? And I look, and if you have 5,000, then you get $5 off your next purchase. I'm like, oh, well, I figured it would all be just dumb cosmetic stuff. So I was like, oh, I don't care about the points. But I'm like, now I do. So I'm going through the whole checklist of stuff where it's like every one of these little things that you do, you get 100 points for, which works out to 10 cents. And it's like, join a group chat and log in through the web page and do this and do that. And I'm like, all of these are add 3 games to your wish list, go in the deep dive suggesto machine. And I'm like, all of these are things that just feel so market researchy. Like, we've determined that for every 100 people that go and do this, 3 of them will end up buying an extra game because of it. It's like, so, like, they've calculated it all out that if we're giving away theoretically 10 cents worth of whatever, it's worth it for us because it's getting people to engage in a way that our research shows will make them buy more games. And it's like, it feels worse than Steam usually feels. Like, normally I can just go, oh, okay, they're putting games on sale, and I bought them. Like, isn't that enough? And then after I do all of that and I get the coupon, it's like, yep, here's a coupon for $5 off your next purchase. It expires in 4 hours. Because the sale ended this morning, and I was doing all of this morning. And I'm like, so it's not even like I actually got $5. It's I got $5 on my next purchase, which I have to make during the sale. So then I had to go just I picked like 2 really cheap games that added up to $5 so that I could, because I didn't have any money left in the wallet. So I'm like, I don't want to pull out my credit card a second time just to make another purchase. So I was like, okay. So it was just bad feelings all around. As opposed to an MMO. See, but that's fun. No, I mean, in a sense, that is right, that there are MMOs and other online games that have, like, really scummy practices that are like, this is just to keep getting money out of people, and not because we want them to have a good time. But I feel like the Steam thing, where it's like, use one of these emotes in a chat, and it's like, oh, well, if people, or tune into like somebody who's streaming, or start a stream, or watch one of your friends who's broadcasting a game. It's like, all of these things are like, well, if somebody goes through the trouble of doing that. It's going to leave an impression on their mind that, oh, maybe I should... I didn't realize people streamed on Steam, too. Maybe I should check out some Steam streams and then buy the games that I see there. Yeah, people very often quote Yoshi P from the thing that he said where he's like, yeah, if you burn through a patch in a month, I don't have any problem with you unsubscribing until the next patch. Like, that's... We'd rather you did that than that you kept playing the game out of a sense of obligation. That would suck. It's like, wow, that's a really refreshing thing for somebody from a game company to say. Back to Phoenix Wright. Court is now back in session. Defendant, please step up to the witness stand. She appeared. She appeared out of thin air. She's a witch. Trucy Wright, magician. Here comes the liar, the deceitful witch. Throw the murderer in jail, the last member of that criminal troupe. That's why I came to this courtroom for fun. Like, who are these people? Who actually are these people in the audience? They're not related to the defendant or the victim or anybody, right? They're just people who go to courtrooms for fun. The gallery will be quiet, or I will have you all thrown out on the spot. What's with all the hecklers? I bet they're the fans Mr. Rayton's invited. What a grade A jerk. Well, he's not gonna psych us out. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, invited a bunch of... he had a bunch of extra people show up to go, boo, you're guilty, boo, because they allow that in court. Now then, Miss Wright, this court would like to know if you switched the steel sword to a rubber one on stage. So please testify about this issue. She's just gonna try and trick us again with her magic. Hurry up and convict her already. Give her the death penalty. Nya ha ha ha. Nya ha ha ha. Silence, all of you. I won't tell you again. Ms. Wright, do you feel able to testify? I was saying, boo, see? I am Daijobu, Your Honor. Trucy, I knew I shouldn't have let her go through with this, or I should have at least given her some kind of advice as her lawyer. I'd like to make a small request. How about instead of testifying with words, what in the fuck? I show you exactly what happened. Would that be alright, Your Honor? You can witness my stupendous sword-switching magic and judge for yourselves. In spite of everything, she's still smiling. Our Trucy is amazing, isn't she? She sure is. She's doing just fine up there. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. It's just like the troop Grammari leader said and wrote down in his diary but never told anybody. She's faithfully following the troop Grammari creed even now. She really is something else. It's showtime for Maho Shoujo Trucy Wright. Watch carefully now, everybody. Fringe on the flags. This is the Admiralty of Japanifornia. The judge has no jurisdiction over me. Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on this sword. Allow me to demonstrate just how sharp this blade truly is. See that? No tricks or gimmicks. A very sharp sword indeed. Where did the apple go? That's a magic trick. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, watch as I take this sword and... Presto sordo. There, I've switched it. And now... Hup! As you can see, the blade is not steel, but rubber. Okay. And yeah, swords are heavy. A sword of that size, a two-handed sword, a Zweihander, if you will, but you won't because I said it wrong. probably. Bravo, Miss Wright. Wow, she switched them in a flash. I couldn't see her do it at all. She's completely gyaktend the Saibon. The hecklers are being drowned out by all the cheering, which is also allowed in court. Where did the steel sword vanish off to, Ms. Wright? In order to deepen our understanding of the case, please tell us, if you would. I'm not asking out of mere curiosity, just so you know. I usually hide the steel sword backstage when I switch them during the show. So when you thrust the rubber sword into the coffin, the steel sword wasn't even on stage, but behind the curtain? Exactly, so you see there is a trick and a gimmick to it after all. As for where the steel sword went when I performed the trick just now, it's a secret. Wouldn't want to spoil the magic for you, now would I? So the fact that she can change them while someone is looking is what her testimony is, but during the show she switched them when nobody was looking, making this entirely irrelevant. That's our Trucy. Yeah, still. Yeah, she's got a good hand, or a good little music. The theme is good. Ms. Wright, that part where you spun around, that's an actual part of the sword switching trick you do for the show, right? Right. The other parts, like the apple, were just to help with my explanation here in court. That's funny. I think I found an inconsistency in her testimony. Jahan, good evening. How are you? Happy New Year. And it looks like I'm not the only one. I don't know what it's doing there, but now that I've found it, I have to get to the bottom of it. Now then, Mr. Justice, you may go ahead and question the witness, but try not to ask dumb questions that spoil this wondrous magic. Unless this was supposed to be my cross-examination. I'm not really sure why we're pointing anything out here. Like, shouldn't we... Like, if I fail here, how does this equal her getting convicted of murder? I'm trying to point out... What exactly? So I guess it's right here. Stuff's rigged anyways. I was so... Like, it was so unlikely that it would be Solemn Trinity that I actually really, in the moment, did not believe that it had happened legitimately. But it seems to have. Like... It would actually be really tough to rig, too. To go, like... Even if somebody knew the exact moment that I was going to queue up, they would need... They would need their... It's too unlikely. But it's also unlikely that it actually happened. It blows my mind. It was such a... Like, given that there's so many other things that it could have been, where it would be like, oh, okay, well, this is our final run, it's Somal, or here's our final run, it's, you know, Katana Ravel, or it's Sestasha, nobody gets excited about that one. Not even Serp. You switched swords when you spun around just now. That's right, it's the same way I do the trick in the actual magic show, too. But I'm also doing a lot of extra things that I don't do during the show right now, though. The key point is the sword switching. If only we could prove she did it during the actual show, too. Right, prove that she switched them during the show. What's the matter, Apollo? You look troubled. Oh, it's nothing. Uh-oh. This is quite the pickle. How should I go about handling this? Ms. Wright, please continue with your trick. So you're just witnessing... Okay. So what evidence do we have that's going to... I must be really... Are you guys Switch for Christmas? Nice. Very nice. I would be interested in getting a Switch, but I spend way too much time watching Twitch to play video games. We don't usually... This is weird. Because we're not exposing a lie. So I don't... Wow, that's incredible. When in the world did you switch them? Huh? But I explained it once already. Could you show it to me again? A magician doesn't usually share secrets, so this is a very special exception. Okay. I'm very grateful for your generosity. Believe me, I better take a good hard look at the instant she switches the swords. Even though she explained how she can't see her do it, it blows me away no matter how many times I watch. Yeah, me too. Did you notice anything about the way Trucy moves during the trick? You mean like her movements? I don't get it. What's the real story, Trucy? Hold on. Hold it! Oops. I did it again. Oh, wait. Did what again? Was I supposed to be pressing on these in order and he keeps interrupting or something? I've had it up to here, Apollo. Can't you listen quietly like a big boy? Sorry about that. I got a little too worked up. Apollo. Now, boys and girls, watch carefully and please don't kick the seat in front of you. I will now take this sword and... I'm only playing video games right now under duress. Is because you guys forced me. Hold it! Please be careful, Ms. Wright. Don't worry, I've practiced the trick 1,000 times. That's right, Apollo. You have to give Trucy some credit. She knows what she's doing. Alright. That's what magic is all about. A truly great magician can make her audience experience all kinds of thrills and chills. I better try not to interrupt her too much while she's doing her trick. I don't want to distract her or break her concentration. Okay, back to the world of magic. Hold it! Ms. Wright! Please don't swing that big dangerous thing around. Somebody could get hurt. Apollo! Please don't shout when I am swinging said blade around. Somebody could get hurt. Oh. Ha ha ha. Yeah, sorry about that. I couldn't help myself. You should know better than to talk to me when I'm on stage. Mr. Justice, I'll see you in my chambers after court is adjourned. Uh-oh. I suppose somebody could make me disappear before that happens. Let's just watch quietly, shall we, Apollo? Hold it! So it's definitely a real sword, right? Now, Apollo, I know you're excited, but you have to control yourself. Mr. Justice, if you needlessly interrupt this wonderful magic show again, I will be forced to bring my very real gavel down on your head. The judge seems to be completely taken in by Trucy's magic. Yeah, it's like she's cast a magic spell over him. Better not interrupt her anymore. There's no telling what the judge might do to me. Please ignore any further outbursts and proceed with your spectacular trick. I already pressed on this one before. Switch swords when you spun around just now. I hate having to watch this because there's no way. Oh, there is a way to interrupt it. All right, so this is the prank show. Does she spin around during this video? Is that what they want me to point out? He, like, Mr. Hat spun around. Or is it that she didn't... What? I don't know what else it's going to be other than the footage, but I also don't see what we're trying to do. If we're trying to... If we're trying to contradict her and say, no... I'm just gonna present this. We'll see what happens. Okay, whatever it is, it's 14 minutes long. I do wonder what this... Oh! Oh, it's Forgotten... I will have to watch that. I will have to watch that, but not during the stream. Also, I need to go back and watch all of their videos again, because I stopped after episode 20-something, and they've probably... If they just put something out this year, then they've probably been making it the entire time without me. Alright, present. Here it is. Here it is. I don't know why. Objection! It was the correct answer, but why? Ms. Wright, there's something I'd like to confirm with you. What is it, Apollo? There seems to be a discrepancy between the way you performed the trick for us just now and the way it appears on the show footage. What? But that can't be. I performed it exactly the same way both times. Then what's going on here? Ms. Wright, I have the show footage right here. Is she also a twin? Did she climb the ladder into the shadow universe, and meanwhile her evil twin is the one who took to the stage in the real universe and did the trick wrong and killed him? Is that what's going on here? The part where you twirl your cape around is missing from it. What? But I did it. So... It really is the exact moment you switch the swords? Yes, that's right. I knew it. Well, I certainly never expected the defense to expose the accused lie for me. Mr. Justice, does this mean that you are arguing that the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show? We're currently trapped in the twinning. Oh wait, did it end? Okay, so it ended a decade ago for my benefit so that I wouldn't have to be that far behind ever. Very nice of them. It's... Man, I do have to go back and watch those, but I can't because I have too much Final Fantasy XIV to watch. So the defendant did not swap the swords during the actual magic show? No, Your Honor, that wasn't my intention. I mean, I did swap them. I know I did. I'm absolutely sure of it. Human memory is unreliable at best, but in this case, I am afraid that it is the witness herself who cannot be trusted. We can see the footage for ourselves. The claims of this witness are false. But... now that it has been proven that the accused did not swap swords, it means that the use of the steel sword to pierce the coffin was wholly intentional. Gurk! And by the way, was it not you, Mr. Justice, who argued that Mr. Rias's death was not an accident, but murder? I assume you have no objections to that still. It was, after all, your own assertion. The defense, The defense has an objection. To you, Mr. Apollo Justice, I demand you withdraw the discrepancy you pointed out, now. But there is a discrepancy, and it must mean something. I'm sure of it. $15,000. I was actually thinking of, like, this Sunday doing another Mentor Roulette stream and going up to 2020, like, you know, from 2000 to 2020, so because it's 2020, but it's my mom's birthday, so I'm not going to stream on Sunday. Would the defense team kindly save their spat until after court is adjourned? Now, after all of this debate, it seems we've come back around to the original argument. The defendant knew about the prank plan that would place the victim inside the coffin. What's more, the defendant did not perform the sword-switching trick on stage. Through her actions, I am afraid I have come to see the true intentions of the accused. Her murderous intentions. It's such a shame. But I did switch the swords, I swear. You're knee-deep in it now, Justice. Knee-deep in a river of poop. Hold it, who was that? Yo. Excuse me. Let's see, you are which one again? Benny? No, that's not right. Body? It's Bonnie. You are mixing the two names together, Your Honor. Who do you think you are, Serpent? Oh, pardon me. And do you have something you wish to say, Bonnie? Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to testify. About what? The more I think about it, the less possible it seems. I don't believe Trucy killed Mr. Rias. Bonnie? Hey, what's the big idea? Such an incredibly gifted and talented magician would never commit murder. I refuse to believe it. What are you talking about, you harebrained hare? You keep your trap shut. I got a bag of baby carrots for you. So chew on those and pipe down. No, I won't be quiet. What's the matter with you? Didn't you hear me? Baby carrots! Trucy said something to me once. Huh? She said, no matter how scared you get, no matter how mean people are to you, no matter how many times your shoulder is destroyed by a bat charging into you, you can't give in or give up. That's what being a professional magician is all about. Isn't that right, Trucy? That's right, Bonnie. I've always been afraid to stand up to Betty, afraid to defy her, so I did what she said. But when I saw Trucy today, she gave me strength. Most of the shoulder is padding? You don't know that. Where's your proof? Where's your motive? I'd like to make a small request. Oh, this is a flashback to what we just saw. Seeing her courage, the way she kept smiling despite everything, she's just incredible. So I'm not going to run away. I'm scared, but for once, I'm going to be brave. Grr! What have you done to my sister, Trucy Wright? You've practically brainwashed her. It's the power of Trucy's conviction. That's what it is. It's touched Bonnie's heart. The motivations of a shoulder are truly unknowable. Trucy really is one magical girl. Bonnie, is the topic of your testimony related to that thing that was bothering you? The thing you tried to tell us about in the lobby during recess? Yes. Ever since I saw the show footage, something's been nagging at me. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but something is off. I feel like something about it is different from what I saw on the stage. What do you mean by that, Bonnie? I wonder if what was shown on TV is really the same as what happened on stage. Of course it is. The show has only been performed once, after all. It can't show anything other than what happened on that stage yesterday. Objection! Magicians do that, by the way. They brainwash people, so we can't let her talk anymore because she will use her magic to control all of our minds. She's going to hit us with the Jedi mind trick. But Bonnie's testimony deserves our attention. We have to examine the show footage. But what can we check it against? Do you have some other footage of the show? Well, I have some show footage. You do? One of the TV station's cameramen said he was a fan of mine. He kept his camera on me throughout the entire show. And then, afterwards, he gave me the footage he shot as a present. He's like, I really care about you. Here is a video of you. That's my present to you. To tell you the truth, I thought it was kind of creepy, so I was going to get rid of it. Please submit that footage to the court. Yes, this is somewhat creepy. It's like zoom in on that butt. Were those cards? She jumped and it looked like cards fell out. God! And then she killed him. She's the real murderer. Wow, okay then. Also, didn't the coffin not open? Like, she ran away before the coffin opened. He really did keep his camera on Bonnie the whole time, didn't he? I think this cameraman needs to keep his personal feelings out of his work. Human memory is infallible, but television is absolutely real. He gave me the footage as a present, then he got promptly fired for explicitly not doing his job. Nobody gets fired in this universe, especially not lawyers, or anybody. Oh, I actually didn't even read his line. Well, defense, do you still believe this new show footage is worth inspecting? Of course I do. Okay, so how are we going to go about this? Let's try comparing the two. We just might find an inconsistency between them. An inconsistency, huh? Yes, the two pieces of footage are of the same scene, so they should match up. But Bonnie felt there was something off about the original footage. So if we can pick out what's different between the two, we'll know what Bonnie found strange. Exactly. Plus, we may figure out why the original doesn't show the sword-switching trick. Your Honor, the defense would like to compare these two pieces of show footage. Very well, I will allow it. What a waste of time. We could be playing video games right now instead. Apollo, do you know how to compare the two pieces of footage? No, I've never done it before. I'll give you a little lesson then. Use the on-screen buttons to operate the video playback. When you want to speed through, tap the fast forward button. If you want to go back, tap the rewind button. If you want to halt the playback, I thought you were going to say useful things. Instead of these are icons which anyone, anywhere in the world, even people who have never seen technology ever, would recognize. Oh, and by the way, if you fast forward or rewind when playback is paused, you can do a slow frame-by-frame playback. Okay, so how do I switch between the two videos? Just tap the switch camera icon. If you find a difference between the two pieces of footage, put the cursor... You really know your stuff, not really. I just gave it some gusto, and then went with my gut on most of it. Anyway, let's give it a try. Doop-de-doo, just give him some pants. Move the hand. Them legs are different. Oh, wait. Is she already gone? What the hell? Wait a second. She, for some reason, ran... Yeah, what? Why did cards come out of nowhere? Obviously nothing card related going on here. Like, I'm not sure what to point out because I'm not sure what's actually going on. Like that's what I'm leaning towards, because you don't see her during any of this stuff here. You don't see her from the other camera. We're gonna try it, I guess.
Take that!
This is it right here. Take a good look at this scene and compare it to the video shot from the front. Oh, the playing cards don't appear in the video shot from the front. Hey, you're right. What's going on here? Ms. Wright, what can you tell us about these playing cards? Oh, those? They're the cards I throw when I do the sword-switching trick. What? Mr. Justice, does this mean... Yes, it means that the sword-switching trick was cut from the TV show footage. So the footage was edited. Yes, with malicious intent. That is absurd. Well, we must get to the bottom of this right away. Bailiff, the TV station might still have the unedited footage. Go see what you can find out, and then put them in jail for submitting falsified evidence to a courtroom. You can't just edit television footage, you can only edit human memory. Maybe this is only one day. Maybe we're gonna convict him right now. It's you. Oh, hold up, Your Honor. This is all just a big misunderstanding. Believe you me. Give a guy a chance to defend himself before you start pointing fingers. And who might you be? Right. Sorry about that. Got ahead of myself there. Here is my business card. Charmed to make your acquaintance, Your Honor. Oh, well. How very polite of you. It's lovely to meet you, too, Prosecutor Sadmati. Please take my card. A business card? Ah, yes. I read about this custom among businessmen in your country. Yes, sir, it was the cards. It was strange, because they were hard to see. I mean, yeah, they have been, but this is like not accidental. This is you asked for footage of the thing so that we could show, and you cut out part of what happened. Anywho, I have even familiarized myself with the various replies. How do you do, good sir? Or what's crack-a-lackin' homie, for example. Oh, you're from Take-Two TV, are you, witness? Come to think of it, I believe I've seen you on television before. Yes, Roger Ratings, also wise known as the Ratings Raja. He is a TV producer and appears on many of his own shows as of late. He is best known for his catchphrase, "Hang loose, baby." Oh my, so you're the Ratings Raja. Hang loose, judgy baby. Nice courtroom you got here. I never thought I'd get to meet you in person. But Prosecutor Sadmati, how do you know so much about him? In preparation for the case, I watched all of his shows. I found the Ratings Raja Goes to Burger Barn of particular interest. It inspired me to visit that restaurant straight away to learn more about the local cuisine. What? You went to Burger Barn? Who would have thought? Who would have thought that he would gather around the all-American kotatsu and eat hamburgers? You must have really wanted to try it, huh, buddy? 'Cause that line, whew. Compared to my ascetic training, an hour's wait is nothing. I recommend the Southwestern burger with jalapeno jack cheese, by the way. I'm having a really hard time picturing him in line for burgers. Prosecutor Sadmati's unexpected enthusiasm for food aside. Yeah, the American custom of exchanging Japanese business cards. Who here is old enough to remember the Card Crusher meme? Mr. Ratings, what is this misunderstanding you mentioned? There's a lot of... I just don't know about the localization lately. I guess it gets more and more difficult. Like, is he? I guess in the Japanese version is supposed to be like an American TV producer. He would have to be, I guess. He seems very much, you know. Well, he looks exactly like Robert Downey Jr. for one thing, but. It seems like he's probably supposed to be like an American businessman, and his catchphrase is probably something in English. I just don't know the regional dialect of Japanifornia. Well, for starters, it's true that the footage was edited. You'll get your hands on this anyway, so I might as well show you the unedited footage. It's a pretty long video, so I'll just show you the part with the playing cards. You can see the cards when Trucy spins around, so keep your eyes peeled. Alright, so something's gonna happen here. Did you see the part that was cut where Trucy switched the swords? She spins around and the playing cards go flying. Everything's like it's supposed to be. Then it seems the defendant really did swap swords during the trick. Which means the sword Ms. Wright thrust into the coffin was the rubber one. In other words, Ms. Wright couldn't have killed Mr. Reese. His original name was Kanenari Shinoyama. And you just spoiled yourself. Darn. Thank you, sir, for taking one for the team. His original name was Satsujin Honmono. No, how would you say real murderer? Real murderer in Japanese. Honmono no Satsujin? Something like that. Why not? Yeah, see, that's the first misunderstanding right there. What do you mean? Well, Trucy definitely did swap swords, as you saw. So yeah, maybe she didn't kill Mr. Rios when she stabbed the coffin. But that just means he was killed after he showed up, pretending to be a corpse. What? So you're saying that up until that point, Frump is here with a host. Thank you, Frump.
Can't do it if you're leering at me. It's creepy.
Frumpo, appreciate it. So you're saying that up until that point, everything was going according to the script. If that's true, then when and how exactly do you think he was killed? It was after the dragon set piece came crashing down. Dead inside. Does that count as pretending to be a corpse? Maybe. And yeah, I guess maybe the Japanese script is also that I don't really know. I would, of course, because it's me, I would love to actually see a side-by-side comparison of every line, every person and every line and every description in the entire, more than trilogy, in the entire 6-game series, so that I could see all of the decisions that were made, even though it would be incredibly boring for anyone other than me. I say Trucy murdered Mr. Rios when she was hidden from view behind the set piece. She could have easily done it behind that huge dragon and nobody be the wiser. She just immediately decided, yep, this is he played a prank on me and so I shall stab him in the back right now. I see. Indeed, there is a ring of truth to your assertion. You bet. Plus, there's a suspicious-looking shadow in the footage, too. It's towards the end of the footage, just before the dragon hits the stage. It might be easier to just see it for yourselves. Huh. Okay, if that's been there the whole time, I have not noticed it until now. But that's just Mr. Hat again. It's only for a split second, so it's hard to catch, but look here. I saw it the first time. This suspicious shadow must be what? Must be Trucy. She's using the steel sword she hid behind the curtain during the trick to kill the victim. No, I don't think so. Now that you mention it, I suppose it does look that way. Ow. This witness is just trying to ram his theory down our throats, Your Honor. And that's not all. Aren't we forgetting that the witness willfully edited the sword switch out of the footage? You see, there's your second misunderstanding right there. Your Honor, would you mind if I testified about it? I've seen people testify on TV, and I've always wanted to give it a shot. That would be fine with me, Prosecutor Sadmati. This is quite unexpected. It threatens to disrupt the karmic course of this case. Hey, lighten up, pretty boy. You're gonna like what I've got to say, promise. Very well. However, if you do anything to impede the last rites for the victim, I will have you removed. All right. With Prosecutor Sadmati's permission, please give us your testimony, Mr. Ratens. Roger Ratens the Ratens, Raja. Now Kaiser of the courtroom. I'm taking over the floor, so listen up, loyal viewers.